Tunggu kawan-kawan you tak bila nak masuk lambat. Okay. Right, kita start dengan topik kita ni Boleh nampak? Boleh So minggu ni kita nak sambung discussion kita pasal dalam topik lean ni. Okay. Sekejap. Alright, so jadi minggu ni kita nak sambung discussion kita in lead time versus cycle time and versus ada satu term baru untuk lean is takt time. Okay, so sebelum ni dalam lecture 1 kita dah ada introduction to lean, kita dah discuss lean tu apa? Lean is all about what? Barat Baina kena ujung jari je lah. Apa itu lean? Tak boleh jawab lagi. Lean tu apa? Dah minggu ketiga dah. Macam mana ni? Kan? That is the first take away kan? Setiap minggu saya tanya, lean tu apa? Kalau tidak, kita tak kenal lean tu macam mana kita nak apa? Nak cinta dia. Right? Tak kenal maka tak cinta. So kalau you tak tahu lean apa, tak ingat lean apa, macam mana nak mengharungi satu semester ni? Kan? Boleh kan? Entah aku belajar apa, kelas tu, entah aku belajar apa, kan? So saya rasa kena tanya, what is lean? It's all about waste elimination, waste reduction. That's all. So segala apa kita buat Sam ni kan dalam subjek ni is about minimizing or eliminating waste. Kan? Waste tu apa? What is waste pula? It's non-value added kan? Minggu lepas kita linkkan balik dengan topik minggu lepas. Okay, it's all about eliminating waste tu is about is also about non-value added kan? So kita cerita pasal minggu lepas pasal value added and non-value added activities. Betul tak? Kan? We learn to differentiate between value added and non-value added activities. So what are value added activities? What are they? Kita linkkan dengan customer. Apa itu value added activities? What are the things that we define as value added activities? Yes, something that the customer is willing to pay. Alright, so now we're talking about lean. Lean is all about waste reduction or waste elimination. And what are waste? Waste are those that does not add value to the product or services that we produce. So kita cakap pasal value. Apa itu value? Value added. Value added are the things that the customer does not want to pay. Itu dia. Right? And then kita identify, okay, apa yang customer nak bayar, what are the customer wants to pay, what are the things that the customer does not want to pay. Alright? So today we are a bit more. Okay, what are the types of waste? Kita define as teamwork. Okay, so kita identify ada 7 types of waste plus satu lagi people skill. Right? So those are the key points yang so far kita dah belajar dalam chapter 1 dan topik 1, topik 2 dan hari ni kita nak masuk ke topik 3. Something that is related to waste and the impact of waste along the process, is we're gonna go through today. Okay, so kita tekan pasal time. Alright, so kita nak differentiate between what are the lead time, cycle time. Okay, so hari ni kita nak go through tu. Alright, so ini kita dah go through lah kan. Ah, okay, acronym kan, defect kan, start of is considered mother of always. Dah tak apalah, nanti you carilah. Okay, so explain the concept of lead time, cycle time and takt time. Describe the benefits of lead time reduction. Okay, and calculate the takt time. So hari ni kita nak belajar pasal 3 benda. 3 different types of time. Lead time, cycle time and takt time. Okay, takt time ni very unique to, kalau takt time ni dengan takt time ni je, ini maknanya memang unique to lean. Okay, unique to lean. Alright, so it goes in lean. For manufacturing to be more flexible, we need to reduce or eliminate waste or non-value added. By doing that, we will automatically reduce our lead time. So these are the two important goals when we implement with lean. Satu, reduce or eliminate non-value added. And dua, we will be able to reduce the lead time. Okay. Alright, again, siapa tahu Cik Uno ni? Dia kerja kat mana? Toyota Production System kan? Okay. Oh, dia kerja, dia Toyota engineer lah. Alright. What he said is, all we are doing is looking at the timeline. Right? From the moment the customer gives us an order to the point when we collect the cash. Maknanya kita jual barang tu, customer bayar duit dekat kita. Alright? And we are reducing that timeline by removing the non-value added waste. Sebab kita, business apa-apa pun, alright, dia ada timeline. Okay? From the moment customer place order, alright, to the moment customer pay. Alright? So in between tu, all the process that is going on along the way, okay, these are all the occurrence of waste kan in the pipeline tu kan, alright, will impact this time. Itu maksud dia. Alright, so this is what we need to look into, alright, so that we can reduce this time. Tu dia nak buat, okay. So lead time, okay, this is a definition penting minggu depan saya tanya lagi. Okay, lead time is the amount of time that passes from the start of a process until it is its conclusion. Nampak tak? Macam tadilah dia kata the customer order sini sampailah the delivery, dan in fact sampailah the customer make payment. Kalau ikutkan betul-betul lah, alright? So, this is the formula. Lead time is the time between the order received until the order is being delivered. Kalau you belajar waktu you punya kelas IE dulu, alright, kelas manufacturing, kelas IE lah, budak ni kan, student ni, okay, ini you belajar masa dalam topik MRP pun ada juga. Kan bila you buat table tu kan, okay, order receipt, order delivered. Okay, ini contoh. Suppose your client has put an order on June 1st and you deliver the final product on July 1st. Sebulan kan? Alright, katakanlah kan, July 1st, June 1st. Maknanya lebih kurang 30 hari. So that is your lead time. Lead time apa dia? Is the time between the order received, right, until the order is being delivered. Okay? So all the time spent between these 30 days, meaning order processing, manufacturing, labeling, shipping is included when calculating the lead time. Semua kena masuk. Semua aktiviti yang that occurs, along the time, within the time of this total lead time ni must be included. Therefore, both the cycle time and other processing time needs to be cut down to shorten the lead time. Okay, maknanya apa-apa yang berlaku dalam masa 30 hari tu, kita kena tengok, we need to identify what are the ways that occurs along that 30 days tu, and we should be able or we need to reduce it from 30 days to the minimum number of days possible. Itu yang kita punya goal. Okay, untuk achieve lean. Alright, so company ABC manufactures handphone. It takes 2 days to get the components and to make the handphones, and 2 days more to produce 500 units. Thus, any retailer should give company ABC at least 4 days. Nampak? Itu dia punya lead time dia. Alright, so if the retailer requires the handphones on 10th of July, when should he or she place the order? Bila? 7, 8, 9, 10. Bukan 6. Minus 4 days. Kan? Kan? Maknanya kalau 10th of July, sebab dia ambil masa 4 hari kan? Tolak 4 days tu kan? Tolak 4 days tu maknanya dia kena dia dalam 6 hari lah. Hari ke-6 kan? 6th of July lah kan? Betul tak? Kan? It takes 2 days untuk make the handphone and 2 days to produce kan? Alright? So lebih kurang lah macam tu lah maknanya maksud dia. Okay? Alright, so there are 4 types of lead times. 4 types of lead times. Satu, customer lead time. So maknanya benda tu semua kena masuk Semua jadi total semua. You kena consider customer lead time. You kena consider material lead time. You kena consider factory production lead time. And total sekali, alright, you kena consider all this cumulative lead time. Ini semua term-term yang you kena pakai. Alright. Customer lead time taken between order confirmation and order fulfillment. Okay. Either pick up or deliver depending on the agreement with the customer. Nampak tak order fulfillment ni, okay? Alright. Material lead time. The amount of time it takes to place an order with a supplier. Okay. Kita pula nak order barang dengan supplier material kita and upon receiving it. From confirmed order to having it on hand. Ini you ada belajar dah ni dalam topik MRP dulu. Subjek IE. Memang sama juga. Factory production lead time, the amount of time it takes to build and ship a product if all the materials are available. Alright. And last but not least, cumulative lead time. The total amount of time it would take from confirmed order to delivery of product if you had to order all the materials if none were on hand. It is the summation of material lead time and factory lead time. Nampak? Okay. So itu dia. The 4 different types of lead time. Any question? Anybody has any question so far? On lead time? Faham kan lead time? Sebenarnya term ni you all dah jumpa. Kalau I dulu pun dah jumpa kan. Lead time kan. So dalam subjek lead ni we go deeper. Alright, we go and define the lead time deeper. Alright, so now we are saying that there are 4 types of lead times. Okay. Customer lead time, material lead time, factory production lead time, and cumulative lead time. That consists of material lead time and factory lead time. Okay? Okay, tadi kita cakap kan, hari ni kita nak belajar 3 benda. 3 benda. 1, kita belajar pasal lead time. 2, kita akan belajar pasal cycle time. 3, kita akan belajar pasal takt time. 3 benda. Alright. So, tadi kita dah define betul-betul. Okay, what are the lead times? Lead times is total time. From the customer, order receipt until order being delivered to the customer. Okay, so itu lead time. Alright. Cycle time pula is the amount of time it takes to complete a cycle of action. Alright, completion of specific task. Alright? From start to finish. Okay? More specifically, it is the measured time that explains how often a part is completed by a particular process. Alright, sebab dalam, tadi kita cakap pasal factory lead time lah. Kita tengok pasal factory lead time je Okay, dalam factory lead time, kan, ada, katakanlah ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 proses. Right? So, process 1, process 2, process 3, process 4, process 5. Alright? So, now we're talking about cycle time ni is this time here. CT2. Ni cycle time 1. The time to start and end a process, a specific process. Okay? Ni CT4, ni CT5. So, a summation of this cycle time ni plus ada queuing time in between lah. Ni kan ada product queuing kan. Alright. Will become factory lead time. Nampak tak? Faham tak? Faham kan? So this is what we mean by cycle time. Alright. Kita ada 5 proses. The time to begin this part and end this part at this process is cycle time. 1. Lepas tu dia pergi pula dekat proses nombor 2. Okay. This becomes cycle time 2, so on and so forth. Alright. So this is the definition of cycle time. Alright. It's the amount of time it takes to complete a cycle of action. This is a cycle of action. Cycle of action for process 1. Cycle of action of process 2. Cycle of action of process 3. So on and so forth. Okay. Itu dia. So factory production lead time is the amount of time it takes to build and ship a product if all the materials are available. This includes all the manufacturing, sub-assembly, assembly process that impact the ability to process material into a product. Okay, so maknanya factory lead time ni dia campur semua lah. Semua amount of time that consumes the resources in order to produce a product. Okay? Therefore, okay, ataupun kadang-kadang dia panggil touch time, work time ataupun cycle time. So kadang-kadang dia process time. Alright, sama je lah. Ni semua term-term yang dia pakai lah. Okay? Tapi sebenarnya sama sama. Right. So process time ataupun cycle time. Alright. So process time ni cumulative of process times ataupun cycle times, alright, will make itu lead time. Okay? Faham tak? Tak susah kan konsep ni kan? Right? That's cumulative of cycle times plus other activity times, right, will be the lead time. Okay? Will make up the lead time. Alright? So, ni lagi satu contoh lah macam saya buat tadi lah. Okay? Alright, ni formula dia. Kena ingat cycle time. Alright, cycle time is the net production time divided by number of units produced. Alright, so kita put ini lagi satu cara untuk kita determine the cycle time. Alright, contoh suppose your team works 40 hours a week producing a total of 160 units. Okay, so kita ambil total hours of production time ni 40 hours. Okay, and we divide by total number of units. Alright, so the cycle time is 15 minutes per. Maksudnya, right, setiap on average, okay, a process takes about 15 minutes to produce a unit of product. Okay, jadi untuk 40 hours, you will be able to produce 160 units. Any questions, cycle time? Faham tak? Kan? So ini yang faham. Ini kena yang ini yang penting. Kalau you convert balik, alright, you akan dapat dalam masa 15 minit ni, alright, kalau you perlukan 15 minit untuk buat satu unit. Jadi you perlukan 40 jam untuk buat 160 unit. Itu maksud dia. Okay. Right. Ini kita nak reduce the lead time. Kita kena test. Sebab dalam subjek AI, you belajar pasal work study. That's why you study about work, you know, right? You boleh study, you boleh tengok kat mana you boleh reduce the time. Right. So in order for us to reduce the lead time, definitely we must look into individual process cycle time. Right? And from there, then only we can identify opportunities to improve the time further. Right? Sebab kita punya goal is actually to reduce the lead time, right? So how do we reduce the lead time? By looking at the individual process cycle time. Kan? So we go into a small, so kita buat cost reduction kat sini, time reduction kat sini, cumulatively it will impact the lead time. It will reduce the lead time. So which is the goal of what we want to do to achieve a linear production. Okay? Okay, ini kalau kita buat improvement lah. Okay, so ini adalah contoh-contoh, the 7 steps to reduce the lead time. Okay, so one is to reduce the production time. Okay, right, tadi kita cakap it takes 40 hours to make 160 units kan? Right, so can we, okay, the challenge is can we make 160 units in 20 hours contohnya? So this is the question. Can we make 160 hours, 160 units in 20 hours? Meaning to say, kalau kita nak 40 hours, we will double up kita punya production to 100. Right, siapa tak nak? You tak payah buat apa-apa pun. You tak payah tambah orang, you tak payah tambah mesin, you tak payah impact you punya space, you tak payah buat apa-apa, tapi you dapat double the units produced. Siapa tak nak? Daripada just because you buat improvement in terms of the lead time. Because you buat improvement on the lead time, you manage to cut short the production time, lead time to half, meaning to say you are able to double your capacity, the ability to produce and ship to the customer. Siapa tak nak? Happy kan? You know, you can make more without having to spend more. Alright? So that is what company wants. That is the goal of lean, you know, to achieve that. Okay? So satu lagi, bila you reduce lead time, you also reduce the waiting time. Kita cakap apa? Waiting is one of what? Waiting is one type of apa? Waiting is one type of waste kan? Kita teamwork kan? T-I-M-W-O-O-D kan? Ni waiting kan? Right? So waiting is one type of waste. Alright? So we need to look into that. Okay, ni pun waiting time juga. You know, one piece of waiting time, not waiting time. Process deviation, right? Manufacturing process deviations, maknanya ada banyak rejects kan? Okay. Transportation pun sama kan? Transportation kan? Team kan? Right? Change over time. So ini semua contoh-contoh macam mana kita nak reduce waste. Alright. Change over time ni dekat mesin contohnya. Alright. Ataupun dekat proses. Kan? Okay. Ini pasal material handling. Okay. Ini pasal produk tu itself. Alright, ini pasal proses, right? Produk kan? Ini pasal proses. Okay, so semua kita kena tengok everything that we can do in order to reduce the lead time. So why lead time is the basis of companies to be lean? Sebab apa? Sebab bila you pandai manage your lead time, you minimize your lead time, alright? So you will have good inventory management. You will have good quality management. You will have good delivery performance. You will have good machine availability, right? And because of that also, you achieve good problem solving. Ada masalah je dekat mesin cepat-cepat tackle. So because you don't want it to affect you punya lead time. Alright? And eventually you will have a stable production. Okay? Therefore, alright, again, yeah, lead time is right because you were to reduce tadi kita cakap kan ada satu tadi kata produk tu buat handphone tu dia nak produce dia cuma boleh commit kat customer 4 hari. Alright? Katakanlah handphone you rosak. You nak pakai ni handphone ni. Alright? Handphone you rosak. So you went to a shop and kedai tu cakap, ini 4 hari lagi boleh siap lah. Barang tak ada lah. Barang kena order. Barang mau sampai lagi 2 hari. 2 hari baru saya boleh betulkan. Jadi you datang ambil lah nanti lagi 4 hari you datang ambil. Saya mau pakai lah, saya ada kelas kan. Saya mau ni online lah semua kan. Mana boleh tak ada handphone. Ayah tak boleh lah kata kan. So you nak tak? Atau you dapat tahu daripada kawan juga kan. Ada satu kedai ni kan dia boleh buat cepat lah. Tak sampai sehari pun dia siap. Kau duduk situ sejam je dia dah siap. Kau tunggu je. Nanti sejam siap. You mesti suka kan. You as a customer, I'm sure you will be happy to hear that there is a shop, that is able to fix your handphone within an hour rather than you having to wait for 4 days, alright, for your handphone. You see or not? So this is what it means. Lead time is important factor for customer satisfaction. Lepas tu nanti you mestilah recommend kat kawan. Kau nak betulkan kau punya handphone, kau pergi kedai ni. Sebab kedai ni sejam je dia boleh buat. Kalau kedai lagi satu aku hantar itu kan, 4 hari pun tak tentu siap lagi. Kan? So you yourself as a customer knows that if you can find a business that can provide to you a good service, alright, a fast service, you will definitely return to that particular company. Sama juga dengan apa-apa business pun. So that is why, if the company, alright, reduce the lead time, alright, it will also increase the customer satisfaction. Okay, this is very important. Okay, customer satisfaction. Typically, customer want goods and service that as fast as possible with minimum effort. Nampak? Sebab you nak pakai handphone you, banyak nak pakai kan? Nak guna macam-macam nak guna kan? Alright, tapi tengok tu tak boleh pakai. Lambat servis. Jadi you akan cari yang mana yang cepat. Alright, for manufacturing and assembly, the concept of lead time is married to and has a direct relationship with the amount of inventory. Alright, kan? Again, kalau you hantar handphone you pergi kat kedai yang nak betulkan 4 hari tu kan, you tengok dalam kedai tu banyak barang-barang, banyak handphone customer tak siap-siap lagi. Right? So that is what does it shows, Right? It doesn't have a good inventory management. Macam kita cakap tadi, benefits of lead relation. Alright? So with the amount of inventory that exists at different points in the overall supply chain. Sebab ini contoh dia senang saja. Kalau you pergi kat kedai yang dia lead time dia lambat, you akan perasan juga maksudnya dalam kedai tu ada banyak stok barang. Maknanya banyak handphone customer yang tak siap lagi contohlah kan. Tapi kalau you pergi kedai yang dia boleh buat dalam masa sejam contohnya, alright, dia siap dia bagi balik kat you. Dia siap dia bagi balik kat you. Dia siap bagi balik kat you. Satu hari dia boleh buat mungkin dalam 4-5 handphone. Alright. So siapa tak suka? Alright. And kedai dia pun tak banyak barang. Sebab apa? Sebab dia cepat siapkan dia punya customer order. Itu maksud dia. Okay? Alright. Kita dah cover lead time. Kita dah cover cycle time. So last but not least, kita akan cover the concept of takt time. Okay. Takt is a German word meaning rhythm. Okay. It's a step to which production must follow to satisfy customer demand. So punya termnya is a steady beat okay. Macam orang band yang apa kawat dalam padang kan, okay, brass band. Alright, so dia akan ada dia punya anchor dia, drum tu kan. Jadi semua orang akan kawat, okay, to the drum beat. So it's the same thing here, you know, it's rhythm, right? It controls the flow, right? The rate of flow of your production. Itu maksudnya takt. So takt is a true one piece flow full demand concept. Okay, nanti saya akan go through lah dengan you minggu depan. Okay, full demand concept ni. Alright. The key ways that the takt concept strives to avoid is the waste of overproduction. Mbak, lagi cakap timbul kan? Timwood. Overprocessing, overproduction. Okay? The greatest of all waste. Kalau you overproduce, customer nak 100 je, yang pergi buat sampai 1000 siapa suruh, kan? Lepas tu tak terjual. Buat apa? Collecting dust, letak kat dalam store, kan? Lepas tu especially baju lah kan. Fashion. Fashion industry is very challenging. One, you know, it evolves very fast, right? So if you don't be up to date, alright, you will be left out. Alright, so when you produce too much, alright, especially contohnya kalau makanan pun kan, okay, food industry also is like that. Okay, so you need to be able to forecast well. Because why? If you overproduce makanan, rosak. Betul tak? Jadi, tak boleh buat duit. Buat apa? Buat bisnes. Kalau tak boleh buat duit. Alright, so okay, the key waste the takt concept strives to avoid is the waste of overproduction. The greatest of all waste. Okay. So tadi kita cakap pasal cycle time. Okay, sekarang ni kita tengok the takt time versus the cycle time. Alright. So ini dia punya analogy dia lah. Okay. As and when we need it, okay, you consume. However, you don't. In this case, apa yang tak ada? Apa beza? Apa beza? Mamat ni dengan mamat ni. Siapa boleh tengok? Siapa boleh bagi tahu apa beza dia? Anybody? Apa beza? Gambar tu yang gambar ni. Siapa yang ni? Akmal Daniel. Apa beza gambar sebelah kanan dengan gambar sebelah kiri? Tak tahu? Tak apa. Saya pun tak nak bagi tahu. Okay? Sebab macam semua orang tak interested je kan. So saya pun tak apalah kan. Alright. So ini dia. Okay, ini dia punya difference dia. Okay, cycle time is the amount of time required to accomplish a standard work sequence of a specific task or one product, excluding queuing time. And takt time is the amount of time to produce one unit of product based on the customer demand and available work time per time period. Okay, so this is the takt time punya concept. Alright, this is very important. Remember the first class I told you, kalau dalam exam, nak exam ke nak apa, saya tak akan bagi tips. This is the only time you will get tips from me. Alright, dalam kelas. Jangan esok nak exam ke, malam ke, nak tanya saya tips, saya tak akan bagi tips. Dan I'm telling you now, this is my favorite question dalam midterm dan dalam final exam. Right? So topik ni sangat penting. Lead time, cycle time, takt time. Sangat penting sebab topik ni macam saya cakap sebelum ni, it's not easy. Easy to score tapi kena buat betul dengar betul. So the point is now topik ni penting sebab topik ni lah yang akan selalu keluar dalam midterm dan dalam final exam. So if you cannot grasp the concept today, you are going to be in trouble. Okay? So now I'm going to actually go through with you. Okay, ni dia. Nampak tak? This is the difference. Okay. Lead time tadi kita cakap is a summation of all the cycle times, right? In between ni kalau ada queuing time pun semua all the times, alright, makes up the lead time. Cycle time is the time for each task. Right? So ni cycle time 1, cycle time 2, cycle time 3, cycle time 4 and so on and so forth. A cumulative of that makes up a lead time. Takt time is dependent on the available time divided by the demand. This is the formula for takt time. Maknanya total available time divide by the customer demand. Okay? So takt time is the pulse that reflects the customer requirement. Alright, it is the rate at which you must produce to satisfy the demand. Nampak tak? It is the rate at which you must produce to satisfy demand. Nampak? Maknanya dia akan bergantung kepada demand saja. Because tadi kita cakap apa? The reason why you calculate the takt time is to minimize overproduction. Alright, so maknanya you produce just nice, just based on the customer demand. Alright, it is a calculated number and not a reflection of your capability. Ini penting ni. Alright, maknanya kalau you boleh buat 200, tapi kalau customer nak 100 sahaja, buat 100 sahaja. Jangan buat 200. That's what it's saying. Your capability is 200 units per hour contohnya. But your customer only wants 100. So build only 100, not 200. That is what it means. It's a core concept for managing JIT. Alright, JIT is just in time production system. So formula ni sangat-sangat penting. Siapa tak dapat, tak adalah dia nak dapat jawab soalan midterm, soalan final exam. This is my favourite question. Tadi kita cakap takt time is available time divide by the demand. Alright, maksudnya time over volume. Alright, contoh customer demand is 12 units per shift. Alright, satu shift kerja 8.5 hours, 8.5 hours. So satu shift, alright, takes about 510 minutes. So satu shift takkan tak ada rehat. Ada rehat kan? So bila ada rehat, you kena tolak waktu rehat tu. Alright, so katakanlah ada lunch break 30 minit. Alright. Okay, sekejap. Alright, ada lunch break semua, you kena minus out and then dia punya net working time tinggal 450. So what you need to do, how do you calculate the takt time? Alright, the total working time divide by the demand. So you akan dapat 37.5 minutes per unit. Maknanya kalau you berdiri dekat end of the production line, every 37.5 minutes akan satu produk akan keluar. Satu produk akan keluar. Satu produk akan keluar. Itu maksud dia. Okay? So itu formula dia. Sama juga contohnya ni. Ada banyak contoh you boleh tengok lah nanti. Alright, untuk you kira. Okay, so ini dia punya exercise dia. Nampaklah. Alright, so kalau untuk ni kita berbalik pada yang ni explanation yang ni sebenarnya. Okay, cycle time, lead time, takt time. Okay, soalan saya, kalau condition macam ni, the cycle time is less than takt time, can you meet the customer order? Yes or no? Siapa boleh jawab?
Sebab below.
What's that?
No, sebab below demand. Betul tak? Salah.
No, sebab below demand. Tadi kita cakap takt time is available time divide by demand kan? Betul tak?
Betul.
Betul kan? Jadi katakanlah takt time dia tadi kita cakap 37.5 minit per unit kan? Alright, ini paling minimum lah. Alright. Tapi cycle time dia setiap unit tu dia boleh buat katakanlah 36 minit per unit. Cuba tengok. 36 minit per unit cycle time dia, tapi takt time yang diperlukan adalah 37.5 minit. Maksudnya apa? Dia boleh buat lagi cepat daripada requirement of the customer. Masa dia lagi kurang daripada masa takt time tu. Jadi boleh ke tidak dia meet customer order?
Boleh.
Tengok masa. Kan? Customer
Boleh,
nak
boleh.
dalam masa 37 minit. Tapi dia boleh buat dalam masa 36 minit je. So maknanya boleh kan? Tak?
Boleh.
Kan? So itulah dia konsep dekat sini. If the cycle time, konsepnya tadi kan? Ni. Yang ni tadi kan kita cakap ni, yang graph tadi tu. Alright, customer demand can be met well under production schedule. Ini tadi scenario tadi. Tapi kalau cycle time equals to takt time, masih boleh meet the customer order. Betul tak? 37 cycle time, tag time pun 37. Boleh kan? Tapi kalau cycle time is more than tag time, then of course you tak boleh meet the customer demand. Customer nak 37 minutes tapi you tak boleh nak buat dalam masa 37 minutes. You cuma boleh buat dalam masa 38 minutes or 39 minutes. So you cannot meet the customer order. Itu sebabnya saya relatekan balik dengan graf ni sebab graf ni senang nak nampak. Okay? Kan? Kalau tidak graf ni susah sikit nak nampak kan? Alright. So ini dia punya mana dia tadi? Dia punya explanation lah kan? Mana tadi? So cycle time. Okay, cycle time ni calculates the production rate and can be used to make adjustment to the production time to meet customer demand. Kena boleh adjust, okay? Provides meaningful data to adjust lead time. Alright, so lead time pula, boleh cakap tadi lah, the full overview of production process. Semua masa dalam masa you dapat customer order sampailah you deliver to the customer. We used to improve the production rate kan. Excuse me. Tag time can be compared against cycle time to understand the current status of production capability. Sebenarnya kan, macam mana kita nak tahu kita punya production line capable ke tak capable, kita compare cycle time dengan tag time macam graf yang kita buat tadi. Over production rate now, right? And we use to improve or restructure our production timelines. Alright, so maknanya kalau kita ikut tag time, kita akan minimize inventory, which means kita minimize waste. Tu kan all the while kita nak buat tu kan. Itu yang kita nak buat kan. Alright, so ini penting tau. Esok you nak jadi manufacturing engineer kat dalam line. Alright, you jangan kata mesin you boleh buat 100, you pergi hentam buat 100. Customer nak 50 je tapi sebab mesin you boleh buat 100, you hentam buat 100 juga. End up pile up inventory dalam production, pile up inventory dalam you punya warehouse, pile up inventory berrata-rata, bersepah-sepah. So kalau saya masuk kilang, satu benda yang saya tengok, kalau saya tengok inventory bersepah-sepah, saya tahu company tu dia produce tak ikut demand, dia produce ikut capacity. Salah. Okay, salah. Itu memang major no. Kalau dekat kilang yang berserabut penuh dengan barang tu, something wrong somewhere. Itu cara kita nak evaluate the health of a production line. Okay, dengan cara satu benda kita boleh tengok je, inventory dia. Inventory dalam production line, inventory kat dalam warehouse, inventory kat dalam store, semua sekali. Itu cara dia. Okay? Alright. In summary, cycle time is a part of lead time. Okay? Betul kan? Betul tak? Statement ni, cycle time is part of lead time and only can be measured as a production rate, while lead time includes all operational process. Maknanya lead time dia tengok semua time. Component of time dalam manufacturing tu, dalam supply chain tu dia tengok, that becomes the lead time. And cycle time is what the manufacturing can do. Manufacturing boleh buat. That is the capability. Alright, so this is the capability of manufacturing capability. What you can do. You beli mesin tu, you expect mesin tu macam you beli kereta lah. Kalau you tengok speedometer tu kan, tengok speedometer dia sampai berapa? Speedometer dia sampai berapa?
200.
200 kilometer per, kan? Contohnya, betul tak? Tapi itu the capability of the car.
Betul.
It can go up to 200 kilometer. Tapi speed limit kita apa?
110.
Kan? So there's a difference between what your car can do and what you need to do. Faham tak? Alright. So dalam kilang pun sama. You know. Memanglah you beli mesin tu boleh buat 200 per hour. Tapi customer tak nak tu. Customer doesn't want to buy 200. Customer just want to buy 110 units sahaja. So just make 110 units. Don't make 200 units. Alright, because what happened to the other 90 units? You know, it's going to be piling up somewhere in your manufacturing line or in your warehouse. Itu dia. So sekarang ni point kita nak jadi lean, kita tak nak banyak inventory because we say that inventory is waste. So how do we not produce or how do we produce less inventory? By producing less. Produce just enough of what your customer wants. Tapi di situlah masuknya lagi satu konsep necessary. Non-value added tu. Kita perlu ada sedikit buffer in case kalau apa-apa yang berlaku kan. So having some inventory is okay. But having a lot of inventory is not okay. Yang tu pun you belajar dalam subjek IE sem lepas. Bila the safety stock. Kan you ada graf ni kan. Okay, graf ni production. Alright, lepas tu ada safety stock. Alright, lepas tu lead time. Ni lead time. Alright, so order balik. Okay, ni balik. Okay, ada safety stock. Order balik. Alright, lepas tu naik balik. Nampak? Ini graf ni. Kan, inilah dia maksudnya. So this safety stock ni is having some inventory. Nampak? Itu maksud dia. Having some inventory in your production line. It's okay to have some but it's not okay to have a lot. Too many. Itu point. Alright, any question?
No.
Faham tak? Faham. Tapi bila tanya
Faham.
tak nak jawab. Okay, kalau faham. Apa tu? You dah belajar subjek IE sebelum tahun lepas kan? You dah belajar konsep safety stock kan? Cuba buka buku IE tu balik. Cuba you tengok ada calculation pasal safety stock tu. Itulah dia berapa yang you perlu simpan dalam as an inventory. Good question. Maybe you all dah belajar dah. Dia buka balik kan. Topik inventory management rasa. Lepas tu you boleh tengok balik. Alright. Di situ ada safety stock. Itulah dia berapa inventory yang you boleh simpan. Okay. Alright. So cuba ni. Kalau faham konsep takt time, lead time senang, cycle time senang. Apa nama cycle time ni sebenarnya you ada nanti kita akan belajar lagi macam mana standard time kan. Itu you akan guna standard cycle time punya konsep. Tapi I nak you practice, cuba calculate takt time menggunakan exercise ni. Customer requirement is 264 per day or 120 per 5 days week based on 3 months forecast. Net available production time per week is 270 minutes. So kira dia punya takt time. Make sure jaga dia punya masa. Dapat dah? Apa jawapan dia? Apa ni ya? Irfan Fitri. Irfan Fitri ada tak?
Ya Puan.
Berapa?
Kejap Puan.
Okay, cuba tinggalkan
Madam.
layar. Macam mana nak buat?
Madam, saya dapat 1.568.
Macam mana buat? Takt time is equals to available time divide by demand kan? Okay, available time ni make sure jaga dia punya unit. So kalau kata you nak kira per week, ambil lah per week. Right? So ini in week kan? Ini pun dia punya tu in week kan? Alright. So available time dia berapa? Seminggu? Berapa? Minit per week kan? Betul tak? Divide by berapa dia punya ni? Demand dia? Berapa? 0 units per week kan? Betul tak? Alright, so dapat 1.8 kan? Apa dah? 070 1320 568 168 minit per unit. Jaga unit dia. Okay, semua dapat ni tak? Ambil value ni. Ambil value ni. Jaga ni. Jaga ni. Alright. Kalau nak ambil per day, pun boleh juga. 264 per day ni. Tapi yang ni you kena bahagi dengan? Bahagi dengan berapa? 5 sebab kita kan. Betul? Alright. Bahagi dengan 5. Boleh dapat value ni bahagi dengan 264. So ada dua cara. You boleh buat cara per week ataupun you boleh buat cara per day. Tak ada masalah. You akan dapat yang sama kan? Alright? So faham ya?
Faham.
So tak susah nak kira takt time. Available time, total available time divide by demand. Ini total available time tak ada break time kan? Dia tak bagi tahu pasal break time, tak tolak break time lah. Tapi kalau dia bagi tahu suruh tolak break time, contohnya macam dalam kes macam ni, contoh ni, you kena tolak break time dululah. Baru you bahagikan dengan dia punya demand. Alright, itu cara kira what do you call that? The takt time. Okay, boleh ya? So hari ni kita belajar pasal 3
Okay.
times. Apa dia? 3 different types of times.
Cycle time.
Cycle time.
Takt
Lead
time.
time. Takt
Lead
time.
time. Lead time.
Lead time. Cycle time.
Takt time.
Take time. Okay? Alright. So apa jadi kalau cycle time lagi kurang daripada take time? Cycle time lagi kurang daripada take time. Boleh meet customer demand ke tidak?
Tak
Boleh.
boleh.
Boleh. Right. Kita belajar ni. Cycle time lagi kurang pada take time. Right. Apa jadi kalau kita kurangkan cycle times? What will be the impact to the lead time?
Kita takkan dapat customer demand.
Kalau kita kurangkan cycle time, kita kurangkan juga lead time, kita akan increase customer satisfaction. Macam kita cakap tadi, contoh hantar handphone pergi betul kan? Daripada 4 hari jadi sejam je. Happy kan? You are a happy customer sini. Alright, so sebenarnya kita cerita pasal time ni, kita boleh relate pada kita sebagai customer. Apa yang kita nak? Right? So kalau kita pergi kedai, kita kata 4 hari, kita cari kedai yang boleh bagi buat save our time, right? Ke 1 1 jam saja, betul tak? So kita relatekan balik. So satu konsep lead time dengan cycle time dengan take time ni sebenarnya itulah dia. Right? Relate balik kepada customer. Kita lah customer tu, betul tak? So if we are happy that we can get more out of less, then we have achieved our objective of achieving lead. Okay? So faham kan? Tak susah kan konsep ni kan?
Senang.
Senang kan? Okey, nanti minggu depan nanti saya akan bagi satu tutorial lah, you all boleh exercise buat sebab kita dah cover 3 topik kan. Minggu depan apa nama, saya stop. Apa nama ni dah habis dah ni kelas kita. Tapi minggu depan hari Isnin nanti saya ada appointment petang. Right. So nanti apa nama kelas ni nanti kita you all selain pada ni pagi tak available kan?
Madam bukan kelas Lin hari Selasa.
Kelas kita hari Selasa kan? So kita minggu depan kita buat kelas kita hari Selasa lah
Boleh madam, boleh.
minggu depan kita balik kelas kita hari Selasa sebab apa nama sebab hari Isnin petang tu saya ada appointment. So before that nanti saya bagi you all tutorial, you all boleh practice buat apa nama some exercises and then kita review juga dalam kelas hari Selasa tu. Boleh?
Boleh.
Alright. Thank you so much everyone. So I see you guys again next week Tuesday ya.
Okay, madam.
Alright. So apa-apa question let me know. Okay? Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you madam.
Salam, madam.
Bye.